Hi Taurus, welcome to WillowOAK. I am here to do a reading for you, and this reading is the 12 Zodiac Houses. I've gone ahead and laid out the oracle cards for all 12 houses, and we're going to do each one separately, okay? But let's start by showing you your overall energy, which is beautiful. It is the Three of Water. News worth celebrating, joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancy, or graduation. A time for gratitude. Close communities or chosen families. This is a time to celebrate. It's also a time to lift each other up and help each other, okay? So this is your first house, the skunk spirit. Know your worth. And the first house is I am. Appearances, outward personality, beginnings, the body, first impressions, attitude, identity, approach to life. And this is saying, know your worth. And what I think it could be saying one of two things. One is you need to take time to learn yourself and know your self-worth, right? And the other is that you do know your worth. And I tend to think it is a combination of the two, okay? I think you are learning to know your worth, and you're very, very close, if not already there. But we'll take cards for that. But I also wanted to mention this is a general reading, so please only take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If this doesn't resonate with you, you might try looking at other placements to get a more complete picture, okay? And also remember, this is energy. So if you change your energy, this energy can change as well. So let's go ahead and get a card to go with the skunk spirit. Know your self-worth. You have the Five of Pentacles, which is saying success after difficulty. So what that says to me is there might have been a time, must have been a time, most likely, where you were struggling with that. But success after difficulty, this shows you your self-worth. You're very strong because you didn't sit there in that energy. You pushed your way through. So I'm leaning more towards that you do know your self-worth. Because you didn't sit in this confusion. You went forward and you were strong. Okay. Take another card. And this is timeless. So anytime you find this and want to watch it, it is right for you. Okay? Yeah. Beautiful. The Eight of Wands. What this is saying is there is a lot of fast, positive moving energy coming straight in at you. So yeah, what I was saying, I do think is what happened or is happening. You're learning your self-worth, but I think you are really pretty much there because you fought through the challenges and were successful, which is bringing in a lot of positive energy and quickly. So yes, I think you're great with your self-worth. On to your second house. Your second house is I have. Money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possessions, priorities, habits, your job, and work ethic. And what this is saying is you and your loved ones are safe. So the way I'm taking that is that you take it personally, the need to provide, okay? And so you do take the second house quite seriously. It's important to you to make for sure that you and your loved ones are safe. Very, very responsible thing to do. Okay, let's get a card for that. Yes, I think this is a wonderful attribute for your second house. Money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possessions, priorities, habits, your job, work ethic, and you and your loved ones are safe. So you merge those two. And I think, yeah, you take this very seriously and you want to provide. Okay. And look at what you have. The sun. Very best energy in the deck. Beautiful. This is where you make a decision. There's something you want to do, and it just kind of flows into you. Miracles are normal. And I always say this is the shine your light kind of energy. So I think this is a very big deal for you. Okay, let's go ahead and get a card for the second house. Okay. So, you have the Chariot, which means you're driven. It's a very strong energy. You have a goal, and you are going to go for that goal. And in this case, it is that you feel it's important for you to make for sure that your work, income, money, priorities, habits, everything to do with your work and job, it's a priority to make sure you do it well because you want to provide for your loved ones, and it looks like you're going to be able to do that beautifully. Beautiful. Okay, your third house is, I think, the mind, thinking, communication, siblings, social activity, interest, neighbors, early education, those sort of subjects. And here you have anxiety. And I'm basing a lot of this on intuition, okay, just to let you know. Yes, there is anxiety, but I don't think it's what you would typically think of as anxiety, okay, or generalized anxiety. I think this is kind of related to the first two. One, knowing yourself. The second, you feel like you really want to provide. And so I think a lot of this anxiety is focused on making for sure that you do those things. That you know your self-worth well enough to be able to do all the work, etc., that you need to do to provide. That's the way I feel about that. As soon as I pulled that card, that's what came to me, that it's not just anxiety generalized. It's definitely focused on wanting to be a good provider. And this particular reading might only relate to a few. It might relate to many. Like I said earlier, if you want to, you could check your different placements if this doesn't relate to you. But I am going on intuition on a lot of this, and that's the way I feel about this card. Judgment. Beautiful. You're tuning into a higher frequency. You're going through a huge awakening. And so this anxiety is going to mellow out, which I'm very happy to see. Okay. Let's get another card. The High Priestess. Okay. What this is saying is, for you, if I can get these cards to quit sliding around. No, they're going to slide on their own. Okay. Is for you to go inside and use your intuition, and you are in touch with your intuition, your divine feminine energy, your higher power. Very intuitive, especially at this time or with this house. So it's saying, go within and have this awakening That way you can relax this anxiety, okay? Now let's go on to your 4th house, which is I nurture. And it's about home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundations, mother, children, women, and femininity. And it's saying for you to co-create. That can be co-create with spirit, but this is talking about home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundations, mother, children, women, and femininity. So it could very well be co-creating with somebody that's in your life or that will be in your life. Okay. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful energy. This is saying that you are going to be very happy and content with your abundance. So, co-creating in your 4th house is definitely going to happen. And it's also got to do with, like I said, self-care and emotions. So, to me, this is also going to temper this. You know, that the anxiety is going to go way down. Okay. This is the 3 of Wands, and what that says is you have put something out there to the universe or to whoever, and you're waiting to see how it's received. And this card specifically talks about do not wait. Go forward and help yourself, okay? So, home, roots, self-care, emotions, it's saying everything's going to be wonderful. You're going to be great, okay? The abundance is definitely going to be there. But don't just stand there and wait for it to come to you. You go get it, okay? Now on to the 5th house. And the 5th house is I serve. It's about romance, love affairs, play, creativity, fertility, childlike spirit, joy, self-expression, drama. So it's a very personal side. And it says express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. And my immediate feeling on this was, yes, express love through gifts, sure, that's great. But what came to me is the best gift of all is a gift of your love and your time. That's what people would appreciate the most. Okay, and you have the 7 of Pentacles, which talks about you planting seeds and growing this beautiful garden. So, to me that says, you do this. Which is beautiful. Okay, let's get another card. And here you are very strong. And these cards are just not going to stay like I want them to. They're just going to go wherever they choose. But yeah, okay, so your 5th house of romance, love affairs, and your childlike spirit and your joy. Beautiful. You're growing it into fruition, and you are very, very strong. And you show your strength through kindness and compassion. So that's a beautiful combination. Okay, now on to your 6th house. And your 6th house is I serve. Only this is a little more along the work side. Health, fitness, systems, analytical nature, pets, work habits, organization, sense of usefulness, and service given. And when I saw this suffering in silence, I think what this is saying is it's got a lot to do with the sense of usefulness and service given. There's so much that you want to do. And you're finding it challenging in how to go about this. And I think that, relates all the way back here. But your 2nd house has to do, with work money, income, job, ethics, that sort of thing. So it relates to here. Actually, these all relate to each other because they're all you, right? But I do think there's something that you've been wanting to do and trying to figure out how to go forward with this, how to do this. And so that's where I think the suffering and silence is coming from. And what you might think about doing is like here, your overall energy, lifting each other up, celebrating with people that you love. Might be a good idea to talk to some of those people and get input. That way you can share your ideas and also get a lot off of your chest. Beautiful. You have the world. So that means this cycle is ending. You are going to go forward. You're going to have the peace and joy. Beautiful. So you're not going to be suffering in silence anymore. No, you're closing out of that cycle. All right. There you go. Look at this. How beautiful is that? Synchronicity. Love it. And you're closing out of this suffering and silence cycle, and you're beginning something new, and it is going to be filled with happiness, love, and joy. So to me, this either is saying that you figured it out, you are figuring it out, or you have it figured out that you don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to do this by yourself. Okay? So it's a beautiful new beginning. Okay, now on to your 7th house. And your 7th house is partner, marriage and other partnerships. So it combines personal as well as work, which I think is kind of interesting. Relationships, marriage contracts, business partners, equality, sharing interpersonal style, and you have death. And what death means is transformation. So you're transforming out of one cycle into something different. Okay? So let's go ahead and get a card for that. King of Swords. This is saying that it's very important to you to base everything on the truth. You make all your decisions based on the truth. Okay? Okay, so let's get another card to go with that. The Two of Cups. Okay, so your 7th house is relationships, marriage, contracts, business partners, equality, sharing, interpersonal style. Here it's saying you are closing out of one cycle, beginning something new that's going to be based in the truth. And here you have unconditional love. So it looks like this might be a little more on the personal side, but it does not have to be, because this unconditional love can be with anybody. Work, co-workers, romance, anything. But it looks like you're changing into a cycle that's going to be based on truth and unconditional love, which is absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's go on to your 8th house. Your 8th house is I circulate. Merging, sex, intimacy, shared finances, inheritances, taxes, loans, assets, property, joint ventures, goals, mystery, partners, and resources. And you have milk and honey. So this is a beautiful time for you, okay? The land of milk and honey, this is where you can see the rainbow, where the rainbow ends, right? It's a beautiful time. And it's saying that you're going inside using your intuition because you have questions about this. And we'll take a card to see if that enlightens us anymore. Okay, we have a few cards. We have the Moon, which kind of, it's different, but they both say use your intuition, okay? And the Nine of Pentacles. And this says you are going to be very happy with your abundance. So this could just be general questions that you have about this, okay? You know, one of the things this includes is mystery, right? So you have questions. You go inside and use your intuition to find answers. The outcome, you're going to be very, very happy with your abundance. And they also do say, or one of the things that I say with this moon is, it's what you feed. If you feed the good side, it will grow. If you feed the bad side, it will grow. Whichever side you do not feed will wither and die. So make for sure to feed the good side. But I almost feel like I don't need to say that at all, because you have milk and honey. So you're doing beautifully in this area. Okay, let's go on to the 9th house. And the 9th house is I explore. Travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, law, religion, cross-cultural relations, learning, and ethics, which is deep. It's very deep. But the travel part, that's, can be deep, doesn't have to, but the rest of it, those are very academic, deep subjects. Law, religion, ethics, philosophy. And what you have is the same as the sun. So this is a beautiful house for you. You have that in your 2nd and your 9th. So there might be some travel. You have lots of wisdom. And everything else that goes in this house, you are in touch with, in tune with. Things go smoothly. So travel is one of my focuses here. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful time for that. Okay, here you have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a slow-moving knight, and they are all about the love, things of beauty, and I can see how that would fit perfectly in this house. With philosophy, ethics, cross-cultural relations, learning, wisdom, the love of beauty, art, poetry, and there could also be potential romance. So, very, very nice. Okay, cards. Please give me the best card for Taurus for the 9th house. The King of Pentacles. Wonderful. The King of Pentacles, I love his energy. It is one of a lot of abundance, very lucrative. He is known as the ultimate business owner. It's the Midas touch, and he's also very caring. It's a beautiful combination there. Okay, let's go on to your 10th house, which is I achieve. Career, status, long-term goals, structure, reputation, public image, masculinity, men, fathers, experts, and fame. And you have a fiery climax approaches. Oh, and it's saying to take a rest. So, I'd say after this, you need to take a rest. So it is career, long-term goals, structure, reputation, status, that sort of thing. And it looks like something is going to be coming up that is going to be charged, emotionally, mentally, but in a very good way, I feel. And that's saying it's time to take a rest. And here you have the 8 of Cups, which is saying, you've done all you can. It's time to move on to the next thing. Okay? Let's go on to your 11th house, which is I achieve. Groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, technology, hopes, and wishes. in the future, and you have bring your ideas to life. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very positive. Okay. Let's get a card. You have the Lovers, which means in this area, groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, hopes, wishes, the future. Looks like you, if you don't already know somebody, you might very well meet somebody and have a beautiful romantic relationship. And these readings for the 12 houses are, there's a lot entailed in it. So please feel free to come back and rewatch any parts of this. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune. It's a new beginning. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Beautiful. Okay, let's go on to your 12th house. And your 12th house is I Dream. Endings, healing, closure, spirituality, solitude, karma, old age, afterlife, what's hidden, limiting beliefs, and subconscious. And you have happy. So you are in a great position, okay? It's beautiful. Oh, love it. Okay. And you have the Six of Cups, which is a nostalgic energy. And I also believe it's a very caring energy, because here's a little boy giving a little girl a cup with a flower in it. So it's a very caring, loving energy. But it does talk about somebody from the past potentially coming back. Okay, let's get one more card. Oh, this one wants to flip out. Judgment, which is right here as well. This is saying that you're going through a huge awakening and tuning into a higher frequency. I think this is a beautiful reading, okay? So like I said, anytime you want to come back and check in on these different houses, different aspects, please feel free to do so. And remember, your overall energy is one of celebration. And I think it's also, to me, support system, being there for each other. It's a beautiful reading. Thank you so much. If you like this reading, please give it a like, share, subscribe, leave comments, hit the bell notification, and much love. Bye.